morning. I'm Captain Kurt Warboys, Commanding Officer of the Detroit Police Department's Professional Education and Training. On behalf of Chief James E. Craig and the Detroit Police Department, I would like to welcome all of you to the graduation ceremony for Class 2021D. At this time, Sergeant Pletcher, please present graduating Class 2021D.
2021D, sound off.
First off, let's acknowledge the family members and friends who have stood beside you for the duration of your academy training. For those of you that were able to join us today virtually, we thank you for the support throughout this process. I would also like to acknowledge the Mayor's audiovisual team who enable us the ability to provide the families of these cadets a platform to view the ceremony during this challenging pandemic time. Please take your seats.
Class 2021D, take your seat.
Now it's my pleasure to introduce the Training Academy instructors who have trained and worked closest with each of these recruits. These officers have dedicated countless hours and expertise to help certify the 17 members of Class 2021D. Please acknowledge the TAC group for Class 2021D, Sergeant James Pletcher, Corporal Eddie Torres, and Police Assistant Christine Griffin with a round of applause. I would also like to recognize the hard work done by the whole of Professional Education and Training, including the Firearms Training Unit, for helping to ensure that these new officers successfully completed this intense 6-month program. In addition, I would be remiss if I did not include the Detroit Police Department's Human Resources and Recruiting Unit, who worked extremely hard recruiting and processing these graduates for hire. Thank you for all your hard work and dedication. Now, please welcome Vice Chairperson Annie Holt from the Board of Police Commissioners to make some remarks to the graduating class.
Thank you. Good morning. I am Police Commissioner Annie Holt, and it is my honor to serve as Vice Chair of the Detroit Board of Police Commissioners and to represent all 11 board members at today's graduation. With great pleasure, I congratulate and welcome all the new police officers into the best police department in the country. Police officers who have experienced the Harvard-style, Charger, high-caliber law enforcement training paid for by the City of Detroit and conducted by the Detroit Police Department following the standards of MCOs, Michigan Law Enforcement Officers. Detroit police officers, whom I assume will invest at least 5 years as law enforcers working to keep the residents in the city of Detroit safe. You are choosing to make and to keep the Detroit Police Department as one that continues to set the professional standards of law enforcement. Additionally, the 5 years you devote to perfecting your skills and keeping Detroit residents safe will better serve you as you persevere to advance within DPD. We all know what is taking place in America today, here on our streets and really around the world. People of all ages, backgrounds, and ethnicities are demanding an end to racism and injustice. As a newly sworn officer, it is your personal charge to become very knowledgeable with DPD policies, facial recognition, use of force, shelters, no knock warrant, rent evictions. These policies are designed to assist you in your performance as a law enforcer, to focus on the safety of your families and friends, to help to ensure the residents in the city of Detroit families and friends are safe, to make sure my family and friends are safe. Gain a working understanding of the internal, external relations form suggested by Commander Eric Ewing and led by Captain Tanya Leonard Gilbert. The forum provides simulated scenarios depicting encounters between civilian and sworn officers. Volunteer to participate with the forum. Encourage your police officer colleagues, your families and friends to volunteer to participate as well. Strive to be the high caliber of officers your grandmother or uncle will boast about, and take pride in telling everyone about your choice to be in law enforcement with the Detroit Police Department. People are marching and working for change to end the fear, to stop police brutality, to achieve equality and rights for all. Some might impose the perfect expectation on our law enforcement professionals. I, as a resident and former educator, do not realistically subscribe to the perfect model. The excellent model, yes. The excellent law enforcer would meet my expectation for our babies to return home safely after a traffic stop. The world does not need another traffic stop encounter to result in the death of either the civilian or the police officer. The excellent law enforcer will meet my expectation for other folks' babies to return home safely when engaging in any potentially threatening encounter between a sworn officer and civilian. We as a world need to learn from the loss of lives at the hands of law enforcers. We all must fight to uphold the rights that to make our democracy great. We must remember the names George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. We must proactively engage so to prevent the behaviors that resulted in their deaths. Putting on a uniform always carries infinite duties and responsibilities. Make You See a Hero, I See a Human Being by David Robinson, your bedside reading for you, your family, and friends. Mr. Robinson emphasizes the fact that your distinct uniform initially dictates who has the control of the situation when a sworn officer interacts with the civilian at a traffic stop and other situations that conceivably could prove to be dangerous for the civilian or the police officer. The 21st century police officer is monitored by technology, video, and communication. Technology interwoven, which makes you visible not only to the residents in the precinct, but visible to everyone with a camera and a Facebook page or Instagram account. Technology that makes you visible to everyone in the world. You are joining law enforcement when times require us all to make sure our actions on social media and in the world withstand the examination of not just one spotlight, but thousands of spotlights. Police officers especially bear scrutiny, and there may be times you feel everyone is watching, but no one appreciates your sacrifice or your service. The personal sacrifice to you and your families as you become a member in the business of law enforcement can never be underestimated or overly appreciated. Along with Chief Craig and Mayor Duggan, the Board of Police Commissioners are here to help you and our community to be successful. Thank you for your commitment to serve and to lead. We truly appreciate the calling and the bravery each of you has demonstrated as you put on that distinct uniform. So please always remember this. The Board of Police Commissioners says, thank you for making the commitment to take on the challenges ahead in law enforcement with the Detroit Police Department. Each of you has the board's best wishes for a long, successful career with the Detroit Police Department. May God bless and keep you always, and may God bless our great city of Detroit. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Holt. At this time, I have the distinct honor to introduce our Chief of Police, who during his tenure with the City of Detroit has succeeded in creating innovative crime-fighting programs that have improved the safety and lives of our residents in a meaningful way. With his leadership, professionalism, and vision, he has been able to set a course for the future success of this department. It is my pleasure to present to you Detroit Police Chief James E. Craig.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Captain Warboys, and to your training cadre, thank you for what you do. And, not a day goes by that I don't think about what training has had an impact on keeping our officers alive. And certainly I want to also acknowledge who's joined me during this ceremony, our executives of the Detroit Police Department and our command officers. I want to thank each and every one of you for what you do. Typically a lot of people will stop me on a day-to-day basis and tell me how good of a job I'm doing. Well, and I think during one of my mentoring sessions, I had this conversation with, I think it's Todd Bettison. And I said that, it's one thing to have a vision, but vision without execution, there's nothing. And so for that, I appreciate, again, the leadership by each and every one of you. So again, good morning, class 2021D. And yes, this is certainly an exciting day for each of you, a day filled with the feeling of accomplishment. I've had the privilege of speaking at many graduation ceremonies, and nothing makes me more proud than to welcome new recruits to the most outstanding police department in this country, the Detroit Police Department. But before I continue, I want to thank the family who's joined us, the friends and loved ones for supporting our graduates during the rigorous training and preparation for their new careers. I promise you that we will take every action to support and provide our graduates with the tools they need to succeed. Today, class 2021D will join the ranks of a department with the highest standards to serve a community with the highest expectations. Over the last 6 months, your training has taught you that success doesn't come overnight and is often not easy. Instead, this career will offer you the opportunity to be the solution to the challenges that you inevitably will face. Of course, last year, the year 2020, certainly brought us all new and unprecedented challenges. There have been the COVID-19 pandemic, how it impacted our community, how it impacted our department. The nightly protests in excess of 120 days. And yes, the random act of violence that occurs in our city, but also the violence directed towards our police officers. We know and have faced the anti-police rhetoric and the agitators, for the most part, who've come from outside our city. Yet while other cities burned, Detroit did not, and has remained peaceful thanks to the extraordinary efforts of our officers and clearly the phenomenal partnership that we've built with the people that we serve. Police commissioner talked about traffic stops, and certainly the great outcome is that, everyone goes home. But one thing I want to leave you with, traffic stops are never routine. Recently in the 8th precinct, maybe a week or two ago, officers making a traffic stop, not a routine traffic stop, but a traffic stop. As they approached that vehicle, suspects inside opened fire on the officers. Fortunately, the officers were not struck. But then we look over the last several weeks, there have been 4 or 5 such instances. 3 of them where officers were fired upon, and 1 where the suspect ran toward the officers with a high-powered rifle. I only bring it out to let you know this profession is a dangerous one, but your training, your integrity, your professionalism is what will keep you alive. But as Detroit police officers, we serve a community in many ways, not just in reducing crime. Our strong relationship with the public can be seen every day, and we must continue to work together with trust and respect. That is why your dedication to integrity as a member of our department is so critical, more now than ever before. Detroiters trust us to do our job and to be held accountable. Therefore, you must be mindful of the path that you choose to become a public servant. Never let a misstep or a lapse in judgment undermine your sacred oath. Be ethical in your decisions, even if it means standing alone. What you do or don't do always matters. A wise man once said, people of integrity and honesty not only practice what they preach, they are what they preach. I had a good opportunity yesterday to conduct a mentoring session with a command officer, and we talked about a number of things. And one thing that jumps out, and that I leave with all of the graduates today, I remember after being on the LAPD for maybe 2 years, I had risen to the rank of Police Officer 3, which is equivalent to our corporal rank. And on this one evening, I had worked with my partner, who I graduated from the police academy with. We were out on patrol. We made a traffic stop. And on that traffic stop, we believed that the individuals we were stopping were gang members, possibly armed, and involved in narcotic activity. However, during that stop, these individuals in the car offered no resistance. As I was talking to one of the individuals that we had stopped, I could see from my right that my partner was getting ready to attack one of the occupants. I quickly diverted, grabbed my partner to stop him from striking this individual who offered not one iota of resistance, nothing. I stopped him, grabbed his arm, and after we completed our investigative stop, as we were going back to the station, he said, "You're going to pay for this." And I'll never forget, because I went to a supervisor to explain what had occurred. And the supervisor, who I look back at as a coward, said, "Well, you just need to try to get along with people in this station. That's how you survive." And so I leave it with you. No longer can you stand by and do nothing. When you start your work on this coming Monday, you are now a police officer, and you will be held accountable for your inaction. So just keep that in mind. So always be ethical in every decision. And remember this, being a police officer is a privilege that should not be taken for granted. It is a privilege defined by integrity. Know that you will be held accountable for any misconduct, and the community and your fellow officers are counting on you to uphold the gold standard of policing that has been sewn into the fabric of our department. Never forget, we are a department driven by our values. As you rise to the ranks, strive for the success, move with integrity, and illustrate policing excellence. Someone in this room could be the department's future commanders, deputy chiefs, and who knows, maybe even a chief of police. So therefore, I encourage you to expand your expertise, utilize the skills that you possess. This is your chance to serve as a shining example of what it truly means to be part of Detroit's finest. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and stay encouraged. May God bless 2021D, and may God bless the city of Detroit and the Detroit Police Department. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Craig.
Thank you.
Chief Craig will now administer the oath of office.
Class 2021D. Attention.
So we're going to stand by for a few minutes. The oath of office is not in my packet, and I certainly want to make sure I don't miss a line. So bear with me. So being a prepared police officer, always have a backup. So, so if you would raise your right hand and state after me. I. State your name. Do solemnly swear. That I'm a citizen of the United States of America. That I am of legal age. And that I am not now. Nor have I ever been a member of any political party or any organization which advocates the overthrow of the government of the United States by force or violence. I do further swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Michigan. That I will faithfully enforce the laws of this state and ordinances of the City of Detroit. And perform the duties of a police officer to the best of my ability. I will obey and carry out the rules and regulations of the police department. And carry out all orders which may be lawfully given me. By my superior officers. I do further swear that I accept this oath of office as a police officer. Subject to all the limitations, conditions, and restrictions imposed by the Charter of the City of Detroit and the regulations of the Police Department. Congratulations.
Class 2021D. Take your seat.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Each of our probationary police officers have brought his or her own skill level to this department. We'd like to recognize the achievements of those who have excelled in scholastics and in firearms proficiency. First, for high scholastics, the award goes to Police Officer Elliot Prudhomme.
Congratulations, Elliot.
And the award for firearms proficiency goes to Police Officer Julian Gonzalez.
Congratulations, Julian.
Each class also selects one member who has demonstrated exceptional leadership and overall excellence throughout the training period. To receive the Michigan Commission on Law Enforcement Outstanding Performance Award, the award goes to Police Officer Ryan Harris.
Congratulations, Ryan.
Chief Craig will now present the badges to the new officers. Police Officer Austin Lowney.
Congratulations, Austin.
Police Officer Markia Swayze.
Congratulations, Markia.
Police Officer Maureen Jones.
Congratulations, Marine.
Police Officer Ryan Harris.
Again, congratulations, Ryan.
Thank you, sir.
Police Officer Hussein Karani.
Congratulations, Hussein.
Police Officer Hunter Bowers.
Congratulations, Hunter.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Police Officer Malcolm Johnson.
Congratulations, Malcolm.
Thank you, sir.
Police Officer Tryon Beloga.
Congratulations, Officer Beloga.
Police Officer Julian Gonzalez.
Congratulations, Julian.
Police Officer Jake Shobad.
Congratulations, Jake.
Police Officer Elliot Prudhomme.
Again, congratulations, Elliot.
Police Officer Joseph Eason.
Congratulations, Joseph.
Police Officer Aaron Gonzalez.
Congratulations, Aaron.
Police Officer Kelly Patillo.
Congratulations, Kelly.
Police Officer Keanu Rock.
Congratulations, Keanu.
Police Officer Aaron Luber.
Congratulations, Aaron.
And Police Officer Jesus Acevedo.
And congratulations, Jesus.
Officers, please affix your badge to your uniform shirt at this time. Let us give the graduating class a round of applause. Sergeant Pletcher, please dismiss Class 2021D.
Class 2021D, dismissed. Now, fight. Forward, march. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, so smooth. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, so smooth. Left, hey, you got it. Hey, you got it. It's one time.
Thank you for attending the Detroit Police Department's virtual graduation ceremony for Class 2021D. Be safe and have a great weekend.